My name's Callum, and this is the aptly named Rolling Home, my Volkswagen T4. I owned it for sort of just over 8 years. We got the van when I was in university, and before that I had a Nissan Vanette, and we used to go to sort of just surfing in the UK. And we did our first trip in the old Nissan that I used to have before this, me and a friend of mine. I went down to southwest France for sort of a few weeks, and that really put us on to like, wow, you know, as long as you don't mind driving through the night and paying the price of a ferry ticket, there's some amazing things to see over in Europe. So yeah, then I swapped the Nissan for this van, and then started travelling with my girlfriend Lauren and then some of our friends. And we do sort of 3 months at a time in summer, and then still sort of study. And then as soon as I graduated, it was like, okay, the van's home now. Yeah, so the van, it's kind of gone through quite a few lifetimes. It was just an empty panel van when I got it, and it didn't have the high top. It's usually myself and my girlfriend, and we do pretty well in here actually. We're quite used to the space, and you know, a bit of a routine as well, to be honest with you, when we're both in here. Yeah, sort of his and hers cupboards for clothes, all sorts of like random little bits and pieces from over the years, which is cool because you can see like that's how the van used to look. Just little bits and pieces, films for analogue photography, maps. Yeah, so it's all just like little memories and stuff that you kind of forget about, and then you jump back into the van. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that trip. I think it soaks up all those good times, kind of like a sponge, and then you know it's not only is it like a catalyst for adventure and travelling and kind of freedom, but it kind of instills that nostalgic vibe in you whenever you get in here. It's like the smell, you open up the cupboard, you open up the drawers, and it's, oh, it smells incredible. It smells like being a kid in a camper van. We travelled with our friends when we were sort of teenagers, just in vans because it was the cheapest way. Cheapest way of getting to the waves, cheapest way of seeing Europe. You know, all of our friends had vans too, and we just like tinkered behind our mum and dad's houses and built them. Me and my friends are really into photography as well. I've got a couple of friends like, in particular who really got me into photography. So yeah, started up the Instagram account, and I think the timing was perfect. Sort of Foster Huntington had penned that hashtag vanlife, and it was like the way of everyone who's putting photos of vans on Instagram, you know, whether you live in the States or you live in Australia, they all kind of get compiled together. So that in itself, that body of photography, that body of work and memories, kind of grew into this community. So our account was there, and people, every time they saw photos of this van, like the interior, or like photos of my girlfriend Lauren, sort of just like sitting having dinner, or us and our mates, that people just loved it. It really resonated with people. It really kind of connected with people on a deeper level, and that's amazing. Kitchen-wise, we've got like a little cutlery drawer here. We put the new fridge in a while back, and we used to have drawers here. But yeah, put the 12-volt compressor fridge in. Not much in there at the moment. This is like a shallow little cupboard that comes out like this. So yeah, handy little storage area. And we've got the diesel heater underneath here, which is really nice. Had it on last night because it was bloody freezing. And then this is like where we keep most of our food. So just got these like baskets. Bottle of wine in the bottom one, nice one. This is where we keep most of our, there you go, product placement, onwards pan, but yeah, that's where we keep all our pots and pans and plates. And then there's a false floor in there, and it goes down into the gas bottle, and sort of storage for like backup food store, like tins and that type of thing that you don't use on a daily basis. And yeah, loads of storage up here. It's kind of a stock room at the moment. This is a little cupboard for our toiletries. Some book storage down here. Trusty axe, you know, everyone needs an axe mounted on their wall, for sure. A little bit of safety, a little bit of edgy hipsterville kind of vibes. And yeah, and then like under here we put all of the like duvets and pillows. We make all these little kind of bits and pieces too. Like we make these signs and these the switchboards, and yeah, it's a real mix of old and new actually in this van. Our friend Tom Harper, who makes all our leather stuff, he made these little straps for us. So the leg just sits there, and then it comes down, goes into there, and then this just comes off the wall. And voila, you've got like quite a fairly sturdy table. And for two of us sat here, it works really well. But to be honest, actually, we like a lot of the time we don't even bother getting the table out. You kind of just eat here on your plates. But yeah, it goes away really quickly too. And actually, it stays up here quite well. It just wedges on that little bit of wedged wood there. So the bed comes out like this, to about there, and there's little catches that you lock off, like this, and then this pulls across to here, and then you take that one, and then also you take that one there, and that's kind of, yeah, that's like the bed setup. So it's like, yeah, again, it's like good for two of us. So this is just like all the tools and kind of the ugly end of the van, but like barbecue, spanners, all kind of random bits and bobs with tools, kind of the jack, axle stands, spare diesel, charcoal, standard, and yeah, jump leads. That's quite nice having it all separate to the kind of living area. Definitely need to sand this down and give it a bit of an oil, but it used to have barn doors on the van as well. And when we did all of the bodywork, we switched it for the tailgate. And then we've got a 100-watt solar panel on the top as well. That runs the 12-volt compressor fridge. Ladder from a Defender, like mounted on the unwin rails. So you can crack those bolts and it just slides out. So if there's any ever issues or like it got caught or anything like that. But it sits in further than the wing mirror, so yeah, it works quite well. And it's quite easy to get up and like putting surfboards on's a lot easier, and cleaning the solar panel. Water filler down to the underslung tank, bike rack on the back, surfboards up the top. It's like lifted as pretty much as high as I can get it. It's basically an imposter synchro, so it looks like it's 4x4, but it isn't, and it's the it's the 1.9 super small baby engine. So this is the downside of having a shop, like having your home be a shop too, because boxes of books, and they're really heavy too, but that's the only downside. It makes a big difference when you're trying to go up the Cornish hills. We've kind of realised, wow, we're doing this adventure in vans, and there's so many other people who are doing it, you know, from all over the world, so we needed to create a platform. So yeah, the rolling home grew and grew and grew, and then that's how we kind of, hi mate, how's it going? Beer token, sold a t-shirt, buzzing. Having that big following meant that we could start an online store, and we did the Kickstarter for our book. And the sort of premise of that is celebrating alternative living. And again, that just went sort of crazy. It got picked up by a few sort of media outlets and blogs and stuff. These guys actually, these days take lovely photos. Matt and Steph, we met these guys last year. They spent half the year in Cornwall. As an artist, you know, if the photography is the art, then the more people that see it, the more people that get inspired by it. I had a lady come up today and tell me sort of her personal story and how much of an effect it had on her. So it's super humbling, and like, yeah, really, you realise how powerful just like one image can be.
I hope you enjoyed that content. If you hadn't noticed, we do have an ebook that we sell, and the link is just in the description. It contains 160 pages crammed full of practical advice, walkthrough information, electronic schematics and part lists, which will make your job a lot easier for doing a van conversion, and it will save you time and money. Like, we're pretty confident that this ebook is useful to you, because if you don't, for any reason, you don't like it, you don't find it useful, you can literally just drop us an email and we'll give you a refund, no questions asked. I really believe that anyone, regardless of their experience, can make a half-decent van conversion. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you watching our content, and we put a lot of effort to make it interesting, informative, and find those cool projects that feature on our channel. Consider subscribing, leave a comment, and we'll see you next week.